What's up guys, Chris here today with an extremely easy way to exploit the game into getting more Tol Barad commendations every single day. Now I only discovered this when I was working on my second mount. I already had my 165 mark mount that I had done without this exploit, and when I implemented this, going for my 200 mark mount, I farmed the 200 marks in the same amount of time with this exploit that it took me to farm 165 marks with no exploit. That's insane. Now, for those of you that don't know, Tol Barad commendations come from Tol Barad, which was the PvP area of Cataclysm. It was a small PvP area. There were two sections. One was PvE, one was PvP. You get a set of dailies in the PvE area every single day from your little camp, whether you're a Horde or Alliance. Go around, do that, get your commendations. On the PvP side, your faction had to control the area to get 6 more dailies for more commendations. Now, the point of this back in the day was to get weapons, items, trinkets, and shoulder enchants, but the reason you would want to do it today would be for transmog, or it would be for the toys and the mounts. Now, the mounts are probably the two most important things. This would be the Drake of the West Wind, beating, the west of the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. The other three are pretty easy to get. This is probably one of the most tedious Drakes to get from this expansion. And then the other mount would either be the Spectral Wolf or the Spectral Steed, depending on if you're Horde or Alliance. It costs 365 marks for these two mounts, 200 marks and 165 marks. And last but certainly not least is the tabard, and that's either the Hellscream's Reach tabard or the Baradin's Warden's tabard. Now, the reason that this is so awesome, it looks cool, but also it teleports you back to your PvE camp, meaning if you're doing the dailies, you can teleport back faster, or if you're doing the PvP achievements, you can also teleport back faster, and it's right in front of either the Stormwind or Orgrimmar portal, making it really, really useful. Looking back, this was probably the first item I should have gotten, and it cost 40 commendations. Okay, now you kind of understand what you get from the commendations, but let me explain how to get them. The two tips today come from the PvE section, so we won't be focusing on the PvP today, but let me run over it quickly. The PvP dailies are located here in the southern part of the Tol Barad Peninsula. Your faction has to be in control of Tol Barad until the next battle, and you'll get 2 sets of dailies. One set of 3 will come from one quest giver. It'll be the same 3 every day. The other set of 3 dailies will be from a pool of 9, and there are 3 different options. So you'll get 1 of 3 sets of dailies from that quest giver. Now, the reason that this is unreliable is because it only takes 1 person at max level to stalemate you when defending Tol Barad. I had a druid tank that was unkillable. He just would not die and stay alive the whole time, and he held Tol Barad for pretty much 2 weeks straight, so I couldn't rely on getting these PvP commendations every day.
Really?
Boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know.
But on the PvE side, now that's a different story. There are 2 tricks today I want to teach you of how you can increase the number of dailies you get, effectively increasing the number of commendations that you get every day to drastically reduce the amount of days that you have to do the dailies and the amount of time it'll take to get all the desired items from the Quartermaster. Currently, there are 21 different possible quests given from 4 different quest givers. You're supposed to get 6 quests a day, meaning you effectively get 6 commendations, but back in the day, sometimes you would get 5, with the 5th being Shark Tank. Now, Shark Tank awards 2 commendations, and this is still true today, but you no longer only get 5 quests some days. They made it so you get 6 every day, and you might get Shark Tank one day, meaning you'll get 7 commendations every now and then. Now, it's also important to note that you can get a maximum of 2 quests per quest giver. But now that you know all that, let's get into the exploit itself. Now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Tol Barad and you're going to pick up every PvE quest you can. There should be 6 possible quests. Next, go to your Stormwind or Orgrimmar portal and head back to your main city. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to switch your war mode either on or off, the opposite of what you had before when you picked up the quests. When you do this and you go back to Tol Barad, there will be a chance that you can have up to 2 more quests, meaning that you can get 2 more commendations. Now, it's not guaranteed that you'll get an extra 2 quests on the first day, let alone even 1. Now, if you do this every day for a few days in a row, what you will notice is that you will start to get 7 and 8 quests every single day, and you'll start to stray away from that 6 quest log. It's gotten to the point now on my main, I just got my second mount, and I was pretty much getting 8 to 9 marks every single day. Might be wondering, wait, how do you get 9 marks? And that is the second part of the exploit that I want to tell you about. One of the 4 quest givers is named Camp Coordinator Brack or 3rd Officer Kronkar, depending on if you're Alliance or Horde. This is the NPC that can give the quest Shark Tank. And when you go to this NPC in both phases and you're trying to pick up, 2 quests from this NPC, check both phases. You might get 2 quests from each phase, but only one of the phase might have Shark Tank. So you definitely want to pick that up. Even if you're getting 2 quests from that quest giver, you are not getting the max amount of commendations if you're not picking up Shark Tank. And I'll restate again, Shark Tank is not guaranteed every day. It's a rare spawn, so to speak, in terms of these dailies. So if you see it, definitely snag it. Now, when I started implementing these 2 tips of this exploit, I was getting on average just over 8 marks a day. When you're supposed to only be getting 6 marks a day and you're getting between 8 and 9, that's effectively a 33 to 50% increase in your mark generation from this PvE area every single day. And I definitely wish I knew about it for both mounts. So if you're like me and you didn't farm the mounts back in Cataclysm, utilize this exploit now before Blizzard patches it. But this kind of gets me thinking, where else can we exploit War Mode? Do you know of any good places, any, good situations to utilize it, either for mount farming, achievement farming, professions, dailies, etc.? Throw it in the comments below. I would love to know where else I'm missing out. And if you learned anything from this video, it helped you out, if you think you're going to get your mounts faster, please drop a like, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, this has been Chris.